Hello, it's Stephen in wonderful Wiltshire, and we are live on live broadcasting to Facebook, live video hub sales with Stephen, and YouTube. And of course, we're actually going live on Amazon because it's 11 a.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. in the UK. And I'm just going over to the page to see that the signal is coming in, and it is. So I can go from one stream out to Amazon Live. And once that is live, hopefully, preview, and I'll get the signal from Amazon Live, the app on my iPad, to actually go live, and it should go live momentarily. And it has. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. We are live on Amazon. And let's rush back to the studio. And this is my new show card. Basically, I noticed looking in our garden that there was a mixture of blue and yellow flowers in a patch in a wild garden in our garden. And Angelica took a photograph of it, and I went over to Canva and created this show card, which is now the new show card on Amazon Live. So you are seeing this for the first time. It has been sort of previewed on Facebook, but that is my new show card. Okay, so that's the show card for me. Possibly June as well, depends how soon I get around to doing a new one. This is Stephen, live from Wiltshire in England and live on Amazon Live. If you're watching me live on Amazon Live, hello and welcome. Now, talked about the show card, new show card, and underneath that, you can see that I have got in my below studio 2 cameras. This camera is live. Okay, some of the items we're looking at, the basically a 4-way USB from Anker, Echo Dot. I inherited this. I'll explain why later. TP-Link Deco Wi-Fi, my BeLive mug, because I work for BeLive and I've got a mug, and then 2 plants we're going to track through 2022. This one should flower at some point, and this one is just taking off and growing. And behind that, we've got the lapel microphone, we've got the Audio Technica AT2020, and of course, the battery charger. So, I'll be using the second camera for demonstrations. At the moment, this here is my iPad, which is down in the carousel. And underneath that, right, okay, I'm going to give you a quick overview of where I am. And I'm in Wiltshire in England, about 97 miles away from London. This is just about 5 minutes from our doorstep, really. Go for a walk in the countryside. And we're pretty close to Stonehenge. We're about 30 minutes away drive time. And we've managed to get to Stonehenge 4 or 5 times a year. And it's an amazing place to visit. Okay, if you've not got it on your bucket list, then please do add it. Okay, photographed by me. I live in Devizes. Population 23,000, and we have a parks department who do us proud in terms of the presentations they put on in the local parks. And this is a park with tennis courts and playground for children and a great place to go and walk. This is our main shopping centre in Devizes. You notice the one main street leading down, and I managed to take this photograph early in the morning when it was fairly quiet. The next photograph is near to the church. This is one of the oldest alleyways in Devizes. Top right hand corner is the town hall, and most of these properties have blue plaques for preservation. And then the church, and it is a magnificent church. And then this is the Crammer. This is about 5 minutes from where I live, just around the corner. And I'm grateful to Google for stitching 3 photographs together. If you can see the same duck or swan set twice, then let me know. But this panoramic view was actually created by Google from photographs that I took. Every photograph I'm showing you at the moment I'm proud to say I actually took market day in devices. We have a charter to hold markets, and every Thursday is market day in devices. We have a lot of local facilities we can visit. This is the Courts Garden and one of my favourite photographs. And back over. It does snow in devices, but it's not snowing at the moment. But that's just to show that it can snow, but only about 4 inches deep. That's the maximum we would get this part of the world. We have an annual carnival, and music bands come from around the UK to actually take part. And back to where we began. Okay, so that's a little bit about where I live now. During the course of this broadcast, if you've got any questions at all, any questions about live broadcasting, about the items in the carousel, please do ask. I'm here to help. I mean, I'm broadcasting live. Let's do the official welcome. Okay, so welcome to the broadcast. This is Lights, Camera, Action with Stephen Healey, and you're watching Stephen live from Wiltshire in England. Beautiful county. Think of a state. Yeah, so county is the same as a state. And Wiltshire, well, Wiltshire has been the seat of kings. King Alfred the Great based himself in Wiltshire in days gone by, about year 800 or so. Right, so we've seen the picture. This I will show you later. This is background removal software, which comes with one of the cameras I'm about to show you, and I'm going to give you an explanation of exactly how all background removal software works. Take that off full screen, and then I'm going to show you in a moment this. I was watching I was watching a live broadcast by my good friend Marco Novo, who lives in Portugal, and he was talking to Daniel Sigmund of Logitech. And Daniel demonstrated, as you can see in the photograph, the first ever Logitech light. Now, we know Logitech. We know Logitech cameras, Logitech 920, 922, 925, 930, and the Brio. I'm going to show you the Brio later. I'm going to show you the 920 soon. But primarily they are camera people. But in January this year, January 2022, they released their first lighting. Now, Logitech are well known to gamers. They're well known for a program called Logitech G Hub, which controls the cameras, controls everything within a broadcast. And this light, I'm going to show you now. Okay. Basically, I watched Daniel. Okay, let's just go back and just hide a few things, then we can do this properly. So that's my new show card. Okay, lights, camera, action with Stephen, webcams, audio, gear, microphones, live video, and Fitbits. I'm going to hide that. Okay, then you can see I've got two cameras. I'm going to switch the second camera off. Okay, I've shown you around devices, so where I live, so and Stonehenge. I'm going to hide that. I'm going to show you basically how you can use background removal software, but I want to come here, and I'm picture in picture, and this is the for my lighting I used to have two soft boxes, and if you're watching an Amazon Live, hello and welcome, and thank you for spending part of your day with me. I used to have two soft boxes, one to the left of me, one to the right of me, shining a light onto the wall in front of me, light reflected back. They were perfect for 3 years, but because they're made of fabric, they did go through a fair amount of wear and tear as they're actually moved about. So Angelica, my partner, said that they're a bit big and bulky. Can you not do anything about it? So the lights were dismantled, taken to the local recycling centre and disposed of in a friendly manner, which left me for 3 weeks with no lights at all. And you can broadcast without lights, but it's better if you can actually broadcast with a light. So let's switch some lights on. already you can see I'm better lit. Okay, before a moment ago I had no lights at all. The only light that's on at the moment is this one, which is the Logitech Litra light down in the carousel. As I say, this is the first one that Logitech have produced. And if I do have the box somewhere, which I'll get momentarily, but when you take the light out of the box, you've got cellophane on the back of there, and you've got cellophane on the foot of the lamp. Okay. How does it work? Well, first of all, you can bend and angle it forward to about 75 degrees. So that's the first thing you can do. Second thing is that you can turn it to the left or to the right. So you can decide exactly what angle you want the light to be at shining on you. Now mine is up on my BenQ monitor, which is down in the carousel, and the light is shining down on me. Okay, now it's not an obtrusive light. It's not getting in my way. It's not getting in my eyes. It is very, very soft and very subtle, and we'll see why in a moment. Now, when you get the light, take the cellophane off. Okay, next thing you do, lift this shelf, and you can then put it over the top of your monitor, which is basically mine at the moment, is on the top of my monitor. It's next to the Logitech Brio camera, which we'll be talking about soon, and it's bent at about that angle. Okay, and it's also extended. Okay, you can actually extend the light and so it's that tall, or you can put it back down again. And my Logitech Litra Glow light is on my monitor, and it's exactly like here. Now, what you can do is that you can, just wait a minute, you can take a tripod. Okay, you can take the light, just twist the light, and it comes off this stand, and then you can put it on a tripod. And if you've got it on a tripod, you can splay the three legs out, twist, and just fasten it onto there, and then you can actually put your lighting wherever you want on your desking or wherever in your office. Now you only need 1 litre light. That's all I've got shining on me at the moment. I've got this one, so I can actually demonstrate it to you. So 1 litre light will provide the lighting that I'm demonstrating now, because I'm broadcasting using it. With the tripod stand, you could move it anywhere on your deskings, so it's very, very versatile. Now, if I put that down, and all right, so that's down. The first thing you need to do to get the light to work is take the cable. Now the cable is actually supplied with the light. Okay, and you may have heard a little bleep just then. So one end of this cable is into the light, simple USB-A connector, and then the other end of it is connected to my Microsoft Surface Book 2, which is down the carousel. And all I need to do is to go to the switches on the back, press it on, and we have light. As you can see, it is not an obtrusive light. It's a very subtle light, but very effective. Yeah. Now this light is actually, as I said, I mentioned gamers earlier. This light is safe to use 24/7. Okay, so you could be broadcasting all day. I mean, I know gamers who broadcast for 8 to 10 hours at a time. This light is safe to use. Okay, so let's have a look at the main features. Now, as you'll probably gather, as I'm going through this, what I've done is I put together a cheat sheet, because the thing is that when you're broadcasting live, and I'm telling you about this wonderful light, there are going to be things that I forget. So I've put together this list, and I'm just going to display it on screen. So Logitech Litra Glow Premium LED Streaming Light is its real name. I know it as Logitech Litra Glow. Okay. Take those off. Now I said it's got a soft light. It's got. I'm going to switch this off again. Okay, just switch it off manually. Job done. The other controls on the back, by the way, I can control the brightness. I control the temperature, as we'll see shortly. I can do it all manually. Okay. The next thing is that it's got adjustable monitor mount. Now we saw that you can actually go up and down. You can bend. You can twist. Yeah, you can do anything you want with this light to actually get it where you want it to be. The next thing you can do is brightness and color temperature, which says on the back there. Okay, and I'm going to come back to that. Desktop app. I'm going to show you the desktop app that actually controls this, because I love it when you get a camera or even a light or a phone and you get software to actually control it. Most items, let's get rid of that. Most of the things that we buy, you can take it out of the box, plug it in, and it works. Yeah, but occasionally you're not going to get the best use of it unless you actually use the software that goes with it. Now you can go to logitech.com, search for Logitech Litra Lite and download the software, and I'm going to show you the software in a minute. So that's the desktop app, which we'll be coming to, and it's not, if I switch it on again, okay, I did switch it on, I'm pretty sure I did. Yes, it's got natural skin tones. In other words, it's giving me a radiant look, which I suppose is a good thing. I'm getting used to the radiant look. I'll switch it off again. Okay, it's gone off, and it's safe for all day streaming. Just to confirm what I said, you can have this on all day whilst you're broadcasting. If you're on Twitch and you're broadcasting games and you've got freedom of light placement, you can use this stand or you can use a tripod stand. And coming up to the final part, it does use Logitech's free desktop app called G Hub, which is used by gamers all around the world. In other words, this is a piece of software that's been in use for years. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share my desktop. And oh, wow. Just a minute. I'm going to come back in a minute. And I'm going to show you the software. Okay, but before I show you the software, I want to get a hold of my iPad. And I want to say hello to everybody and thank you for joining me today. And a big thank you to M1 for starting to follow me, which is absolutely brilliant. Okay, one of the things about on Amazon Live, we're all independent broadcasters. We don't work for Amazon, we work for ourselves, and we broadcast on Amazon Live. And we're here to share our knowledge with you and to listen to your stories and to answer your questions. One of the things you can do as Mr. Wong did, M1, is you can actually follow me. And if you follow me, then at the top of the screen, you see a following tab, and it means you can find me anytime. Yeah. And you can build your own Amazon Live TV channel simply by following people. And then when you come back to amazon.com/live, click the following tab, and you'll see all the people that you followed, and you can watch their latest show. And if they're live, you can watch them live. So it is a win-win. If you follow somebody, and I've got to say this, I watch more Amazon Live than I actually create. Okay, I'm live 11 AM Eastern, Monday through Friday. But in the meantime, I actually watch a lot of Amazon Live. And I follow people. I'm following about 200 different broadcasters at the moment and enjoy watching their shows. From my point of view, we're a community. We've got two communities on Facebook where we interact and help each other. But in addition to that, we support each other and we watch each other's broadcasts. So this is a great community to be part of. Right, where were we? Okay. If I go totally off tangent, just pull me up and I'll come back on point. Right, we're talking about, let's remind ourselves what we're talking about. We're talking about Logitech Litra Lite, which is trying to make an appearance there. And this is the software. Okay. This is Logitech G Hub. And this is the software that will control your light. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and take that off full screen. Yeah. And I am going to go, and thank you to Daniel and to Marco for actually showing me this light. I did my research and I just went off and bought two from Amazon UK. I was so impressed by Daniel's demonstration. Okay, this is the software, and this controls the light. This will control several Logitech Litra lights, but just okay, caveat. In order to actually have the software control your light, and I'm going to demonstrate that now, you have to have the light directly plugged into your PC or Mac. Yeah, it must be plugged directly in for this software to work. With that proviso, and normally not a problem, Okay, so we're not talking about a problem, we're just talking about a requirement. Now, if I go to the software and I switch it off, you will straight away notice, hopefully, that I've gone darker. Okay, so I am darker than I was. So I'm now going to switch the light back on. So the first thing that we've actually established is that the light does make a difference. I'm not going to switch it off again, so don't worry about that. But the light does make a difference. Your camera is important, your microphone is important, but so is the lighting. Yeah, and this is where the Logitech Litra light scores, because it's well, if I show you again, just a minute, just look at the size of it. For its size, it is a very powerful light, and yet you can run it all day. Yeah, so that's the size of it. To give you a comparison, my hand to the, yeah, that's how you fit it with that little shelf there. Just hook it over the back of your monitor. It's very stable. Mine is on my monitor at the moment, and it's next to my Brio camera. So the light is actually shining along with the camera lens. Okay, back to the software again, and let's go picture in picture. In fact, let's go side by side, see if we can set that up. And I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go, and I'm going to put us side by side. Okay. So the camera that I'm using, some camera you're watching now, is the Logitech Brio. Okay. The lighting is by Logitech as well. It's the first light they've ever produced. It came out in January 2022. When you get the software and just go to logitech.com, just download it, Logitech Litra, and download the software. It will recognize your light that's plugged into your PC or Mac straight away. Don't need to do anything else. Then we can then control the light. Now the light comes with 6 presets. Okay, this is preset number 1. Okay, and you can see that is a very bright light. In actual fact, if we look at the software again side by side, you can see that in this instance, the brightness is right at the top, and the temperature, in other words, between cool and warm, the temperature is right down at the bottom. So that's an extreme setting. Second one, and hopefully you'll notice the difference between the different settings. And that was called bright cool. This is called cozy daylight. So here, both the brightness has been reduced to about 20%, and the temperature has been increased to 20%. So you're seeing a difference. Now, if I go to the third setting, and this is all by changing 2 controls, the brightness and the temperature. And we're coming towards this one, and this is called soft sunset. And this is quite possibly the lighting I like the best. And if I switch the light off and then switch it back on again, you'll see the difference. Yeah. So it's a very effective light. Now, I was speaking with a friend in Sweden this morning, Alec Dorling, and I'm going to be on his broadcast on Thursday, talking about live broadcasting, and it's on LinkedIn at 11:10 on Thursday. And it's going to be an interesting show, but what I noticed was that he was using a Logitech Litra light. And what I also noticed earlier this week, there's my good friend, just a minute, I'll find him. My good friend Jim Ziegler, who's now below me, is in Texas, and he's got a Logitech Litra light as well. And so has Krista Bowen. So many of my friends have actually gone out and bought Logitech Litra light. So thank you, Jim. And Jim made a testimonial to me and to the Litra light, which is actually over on YouTube. So thank you for that. I'm going to hide that. So the next preset is cozy candlelight. I quite like this. This is very subtle. Yeah, this is a subtle setting. The next one, however, this one's all over the place. This is totally wrong. Now, this is nothing at all to do with Logitech. I did this. You've got 6 presets that Logitech give you, and then you can make your own preset. And this is where I went wrong. I'm going to correct it now. What I can do, if I go side by side again, is anything that goes wrong, you can correct. I've got the temperatures right at the top. So I'm going to bring the temperature down to about there. That's better. And it's too bright. So I'm going to bring the brightness down. Now, the thing about this is, yeah, that you can actually create your own perfect lighting setting using the brightness and using the temperature. So you can position the light where you want, either on top of your monitor or on a tripod stand. You can download the software, and then you can control how the lighting works. And I'm going to go back to my favorite lighting before we leave this topic. And I'm going to go to mild afternoon. Okay, because it is mild afternoon in the UK. I'm 5 hours ahead of you on the East Coast. And this is the lighting that I use generally. But I am totally, when I saw this with Marco, I thought that's the light I've got to have, and this is it. Logitech Litra light down the carousel, $59.99. And I've got to say that as this is Logitech's first attempt at doing a light, they've made a darn good job of it, because this does everything you want to a light for lighting you whilst you're live, and it sits on your monitor, and it's so unobtrusive, and the light is so soft you can use it all day long. So that's the Logitech Litra light, and what can I say? It simply works out the box. Speaking of which, just a minute. Okay, hopefully I can reach over here. Okay, and I'm back. Okay, so that's right. Okay, just a note as I sort myself out. That is the Logitech Litra light, which comes in a box like that, and orange on the back. When you unbox it, just take the cellophane off, plug it into your computer. It works. If you want to get more out of it, go to logitech.com, download the free Logitech G Hub software, and that will control your light, so that when you're live, you don't have to reach up and mess about with buttons. You can do it from your desktop, whether it's a PC or Mac. It simply works, and it works well. So Logitech Litra light. Okay, Litra Glow, in actual fact. Okay, so we looked at the main features of it. I can tell you I'm more than happy with it. I don't have any suggestions as to, well, it just works, and it works well. And controlling with the software is so simple and straightforward to do. So thank you, Logitech, and thank you to Daniel, and thank you to Marco. And if you've got any questions about anything that I talk about today, then please do ask. Thing to note is that I own and use over 75% of what's in the carousel. So basically, I own it. Okay, I bought it from Amazon. I use it every day. If you've got questions, then please do ask. Okay, and I'll do my best to answer. Okay, next. Right, let's go on in the carousel. And I do feel blessed that you're actually watching me live today, and I do appreciate it. If you see an unmute button in the middle of the screen, press that, and you can just listen to me, yeah, as well, because it helps. If you can hear what I'm saying, then what I'm actually doing will actually make more sense. Okay, so if you have unmuted, my thanks, and if you have followed, thank you. Okay, you can build your own Amazon Live TV channel simply by pressing the follow button, bottom left-hand corner. If you're enjoying the show, I don't get to know who you are. Okay, I don't have a list of followers. Doesn't work that way. Amazon keep all your details. All I know is the number of followers that I've got, and I know it's steadily increasing, and I'm happy. And for everybody who follows me, oh, awesome, thank you. Right, on and on. Okay, now I've let you into a little secret. Okay, I've been doing this live broadcasting for 6 years. I was broadcasting before Facebook Live on a platform called Blab, And basically you had 4 people on screen, you had chat down the side, didn't go anywhere, it was a self-contained room, and around about 300-400 of us got to know each other whilst Blab was live. Just before Facebook Live started, Blab disappeared, okay, because I think the two sort of went hand in hand. But around about that time, you had people who'd been broadcasting and were enjoying broadcasting on Blab, and they were looking for a new home. Now, the logical new home was Facebook Live, when Facebook Live started. And I was fortunate enough to get Facebook Live pretty well straight away. And I've been broadcasting on Facebook Live since Facebook Live began, and enjoying every moment of it, just as I'm enjoying on being on Amazon Live. But we decided as a group that what we needed to do, if we were going to be on Facebook as live broadcasters, yeah, and we, in those days, we used to get thousands of people watching us, we had to be good on camera. Okay, now that's good on camera from a presentation point of view, but it's also good on camera from the way you actually look on camera. Okay, now I've got to be honest here, I have not always looked like this on camera. Well, 6 years ago, I mean, older now. But presentation skills you can gain. It's a learned skill. We were not born to broadcast. Anyway, that's all by the by, because we had to improve our game. And to improve our game, we had to get an external camera. We'd been using the internal camera on our PCs or Macs, but now we wanted an external camera. And the external camera we went for is this one. And it's down in the carousel, and it is the Logitech C920x. Now, the X actually stands for something which I'll explain. It stands for extra, and I'm going to show you what the extra is in a few moments' time, but let's just look at this. Okay, this is the first external camera I bought back in 2016. So this camera is very, very well built and long lasting, because this camera is 6 years old and it still works like new. In fact, it looks like new because there's no moving parts here. You've got the lens in the center, and then you've got twin microphones either side. Field of view, which I'll explain later, is 78 degrees. Okay. How does it work? Well, basically, you take it out of the box, you pull down that ledge, okay, and then you get it so that you put it over the back of your monitor, and you move that. You just experiment until it's sat sturdily, held on the top of your monitor. And the other end of it, this is why I can't show you the camera. The other end of it is USB-A connection, which will go into your PC or Mac. And it works. Simple as that. You don't need to do anything extra. You can get the camera out of the box, you can plug it into your machine, and you're working away straight away. Now, so many millions of these C920X has been sold that Windows and macOS actually know this camera. They've seen it. They've seen it for the last 6 years. So you don't need any special setup. You can just plug and play. The other thing you can do, I mean, you can put it on your monitor, yeah. Or if you look on the foot of the C920X, you've got a thread. And what you can do is, you've seen this before if you've been watching from the beginning, you can take your trusty tripod, yeah, and you can, I'm going to do this. I'm going to practical demonstration. I'm not going to show you what I'm doing, but I'm actually doing a practical demonstration now of what you can do with your Logitech C920X camera. You can actually put it onto a tripod, and then it's not restricted to being on top of your monitor. It can be anywhere on your desk, just like the Logitech Litra Lite. Okay, by the end of this, if you buy the things that I'm talking about, you'll have a lot of tripods. Okay, tripod, doesn't matter what it is. I don't have one in the carousel, suppose I should do. But this now will work. Just plug it into your PC or Mac, and that's it. It's working. Now, let's just have a look at the main point, because if you're watching from the beginning, you know that I have beside me a list of the main features so that I don't forget anything. So this is Logitech C920X. X stands for extra. I will explain in minutes what that is. So Logitech C920X is the camera down in the carousel. It is full 1080p 30 FPS in English. Okay, 1080p is the definition. P stands for pixels. The more pixels that are in a picture, yeah, the better the quality of the picture, the clearer the picture. Now, I'm broadcasting to you now in 720p, which is DVD quality. 1080p is high definition. So we've got the DVD quality, 720, and 1080. FPS, frames per second. The higher the frames per second, then the better the quality of the video, because you're getting more frames each second. Now, I'm broadcasting to you at 30 FPS today, which is industry standard. If you're on Facebook or YouTube or Twitch, 30 FPS. It's only specialist applications that will take you up 60 or 90 FPS. Okay. So the higher the pixels, the quality of the picture. Okay. The next thing is it's got the clear stereo audio, 2 omnidirectional microphones. The microphones will hear all the noises around you. Okay. At the moment, the only thing you can hear on my Elgato Wave microphone is me. Okay. The Elgato Wave's down the carousel. We'll talk about it soon. But there are 2 microphones in here. Now, this, you realize now, not only is this your first external camera, but it's also your first external microphone. And the microphone on here is better than the microphone that's on your PC or Mac, probably. This is quite simply, I'm going to sort of just take it off again, just to show you how easy it is to actually take this off. Okay, so whilst I'm talking, I'm actually concentrating, and I'm actually, hopefully in a moment, going to show you the camera again. Okay, this is the ideal first camera. As I say, hundreds, if not thousands of us in 2016 actually bought this as our first external camera, and hundreds of my friends around the globe still use this camera. Yeah, the only reason that I changed from this camera to Logitech Brio is that I wanted to broadcast in 4K. Okay, I'll come back to that. Okay, and staying with the camera, it's got high definition light correction. Now, if I go over here, just a minute, let me take that off. If I switch my lights off so that I go dark, the camera will compensate for the low light so that you can still see me. Yeah, so that's what the light correction is all about. It's actually, when the light is low, it will increase the brightness on the camera so that people can still see you. Okay, with that said, I'm going to switch my light back on. Logitech Litra light down in the carousel. There is advanced capture software. Okay, you can download software for this camera. I will show you during the course of this broadcast today how you can get the software and how it works. So I'm going to tell you how the software works for this camera. In fact, the software works with any Logitech camera. Yeah, if you buy a camera, then you, as I say, you can use it at box, no problem. But if you want to get total control over it, then you need software to do it. And that software is Logitech Capture. We've talked about the low light settings. Okay, as I say, I don't want to miss anything. Okay, 78 degrees field of view. Okay, the Logitech Brio, I'm not doing that very well. I need to practice that bit. 90 degrees on the Brio. Okay, now I told you this camera was 6 years old, and it is, and it works like new, and it's still got some cellophane on that I forgot to take off. The model that you can see down in the carousel now was actually released on March 31st, 2020. So this has undergone a total redesign, but I dare say it is the same build quality. Okay. And Logitech C920x includes a 3-month license of XSplit VCam, background removal software. Okay, so there is actually a 3-month license to XSplit VCam included in the purchase price of this camera. So not only will you get the free software to actually control the camera, you'll get software which actually do, and I'm going to stop sharing now and bring this into the picture. Okay, what you actually get is background removal software. Now you can see I've got a green screen. I'll talk about the green screen in a moment. The reason I don't have any background removal software on is I'm actually showing you product. And if because I was speaking to a friend in Sweden this morning, and we're preparing for the show on Thursday. And I said, he said, well, why you've got this beautiful green screen behind you? Why don't you use it? Well, if you're using a green screen, then and it's just you, it's perfect. If you're using a green screen and an object, then well, it's not the best thing to do. But that said, I have been using this software since 2019, January 2019. This is how all, and thank you for the comment, I'll come to the comment in Amazon in a moment. This is how all background removal software works. These are the principles. This is what you're looking for. This is why you do it. So I'm going to put that video full screen. The video is on YouTube, and you can watch the full video on YouTube. What I'm going to do is turn my microphone off and press play. He's in wonderful Wiltshire in England, and I'm here to give you an overview of XSplit VCam, how it works. Background removal tool I've been using since January 2019, and it just keeps getting better and better. Now the image behind me is one of Salisbury Cathedral, and the acid test of any background removal tool is that you still have 10 fingers with little webbing between them. Okay, so that test passed. Second is the outline of your body. Those are the things to look for when you're looking at a green screen, the ability to actually move about. So let's take a look at the software itself. And this is the XSplit VCam program. Okay, now you notice the top there, it says original. This is me. This is also me. So this is how I look normally. Now, first stage is to actually remove the background. So let's remove the background by pressing a button, and I get background's gone. Okay, prove that if I go here, background has disappeared. Okay, so the next step is to select a background to go in place, and you can do that just by clicking an image. You'll get a different background. Okay, that's it. That's very colorful. Now, just a warning, you need to make sure that the image at the top is not too light. Okay, what you don't want is to have an image too light at the top. If you try it, you'll see what I mean. Okay, now XSplit VCam is an external program which you download from XSplit, and it sits on your computer and you can use it in this way. Okay, so over to one of my favorite backgrounds. So I'm just switching background. Now, if I go to here, you can actually see that I can get backgrounds from several sources. I can upload a media file. Okay, and I'm going to upload a media file. I'm going to go on my hard drive to artwork and to reduced. Okay, and I'm going to bring up this image, and that's it. That's how easy it is to take an image from your hard drive and bring it on screen. Second thing you can do is okay, I'm going to stop that. Just a minute. I want to come to me. Right, the second thing you can do, and hello, David. I'll be with you in a minute. The second thing you can do with XSplit VCam is that you can take an image from your website and you can put that image behind you, and you can actually talk about your own website or anybody else's website. Just give people credit when using a website. Next thing you can do is you can use a YouTube video as your background and have a moving background. One of the, I don't know about you, but one of the things about Zoom calls, because when I talk about broadcasting, I'm including Zoom calls and I'm including Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. One of the things about Zoom calls is that everybody in a Zoom call looks bored. But they seem to. if you're on a Zoom call, what you want to do is stand out. And I'll talk about presentation later, but if you've got a background, then people are more likely to look at you and listen to you than if you just sat there disinterested. Okay, just a point. So backgrounds are brilliant for Zoom calls. Yeah, this is an ideal camera for Zoom calls. Yeah, and you're getting 3 months license to the software. Now, the final place you can actually get backgrounds from for free is from Unsplash, unsplash.com. And they will basically, I mean, that's photographers from around the world who sent in their best photographs to unsplash.com. You can download them in the resolution that you want to be your background. And they're free. The only thing you need to do, and I do it most times, is when you choose a picture and download it, just tweet it out. There's a button, share button, just share out, and you're actually promoting the photographer. You're getting a backdrop for free. Yeah, and you go to Unsplash, you type in Paris, Texas, you get pictures of Paris, Texas, type in Paris, France, you get pictures of Paris, France, and you can use those backgrounds in your broadcasts at zero cost. So the C920x is the ideal. I've got, you won't believe this. I've actually got cables all over the place, and we're only on item 2. Logitech C920x is the ideal present for anybody who's thinking about live broadcasting or is going on Zoom calls. This camera, with the 3-month license for XSplit VCam, is just, well, I'm going to say it now. It's basically a good first step along the road to broadcasting on Zoom or on the web. It's reliable. This is 6 years old. Current version is designed in 2020. So the current version, yeah. Okay, so the C920x, and we say hello. Our first comment on Amazon Live for today, and thank you for visiting, was from David, who commented 15 minutes ago. I was so carried away, David. David Rose is a good friend. David is in Sarnia in Ontario. David and I had a show on Facebook, which ran for 3 years, and a very enjoyable 3 years it was too. Like myself, David is now on Amazon Live. David, if you want to put a link to your Amazon Live page in the comments, please do. We're a network of friends now. I mean, we've been broadcasting together for years, it seems like, but we all get on and we all have each other's backs and we support each other. So David, if you're still watching live, thank you. And if you're still here, put a link in. Okay. Now, the thing about that is that there are hundreds, if not thousands, of live broadcasters on Amazon Live. We're all independent, and we're all here to help you. And we're grateful that you'll spend part of your day with us. Amazon Live is a great facility, and I use it when I'm looking for product. And I basically follow hundreds of Amazon Live broadcasters, and I watch the replays because I don't catch everybody live. I learn a lot. I actually watch people to see the different styles of presentation. Yeah, we'll talk about those in a moment. But David possibly is getting ready to go live. Yeah, because I think he might be going live at 12 p.m. Okay, right. So that is the Logitech camera. Okay, and we're going to move on now to the next camera, which is the Logitech Brio. Now, the reason I'm mentioning the Logitech Brio is that today, down the carousel, it's 159.18, which is 20% off. So if you click the link in the carousel, you will get 20% off whilst I'm live. The prices in the carousel, we get special discounts whilst we're live, and it's now showing 20% off, which is 159.18 as opposed to 199.99. So 15%. That's less than I paid for it, but I'm happy. I've had it for 2 years. Now, I did tell you earlier that I started off with Logitech C920x and then went and got an upgrade to the Brio. It's the Brio you're watching now. Okay, this is the camera you've actually been watching throughout this broadcast. And for most of this broadcast, you'll be watching the Logitech Brio. Now, I got this camera because it's 4K. It's very high resolution, as you'll see. It's 4 times the resolution of a normal camera, which means that the quality of the video, well, I mean, at the moment I'm broadcasting from BeLive, but I actually use OBS and vMix and a program called XSplit Broadcaster. And I used XSplit Broadcaster, made by the same people who made the XSplit VCam. And I used XSplit Broadcaster, and I went live on YouTube in 4K. We can't go live on Facebook in 4K. We can't go live on Twitch or Twitter in 4K, but we can on YouTube go live in 4K. And I've got to tell you, when I saw the video on YouTube, I was actually blown away by the quality that's possible. Yeah, because because we don't have the internet infrastructure, we can't broadcast in 4K yet. It will happen when everybody gets Ninja internet. Then 4K broadcasting will happen. Better than DVD, better than TV. It will be the best quality ever. And I've seen it over on YouTube, and I've done it, and it works, and I'm blown away by it. And that's why I upgraded from the C920 to Logitech Brio. And you'll notice a theme here. I am actually with Logitech Brio cameras, and I'm going to go, just to remind you, this is Lights Camera Action with Stephen Healey, and you are watching Stephen live from Wiltshire in England. And I want to say a big thank you. I'm broadcasting using BeLive. Wherever you see this logo, wherever you see this logo, that's BeLive. Okay, BeLive. I work for BeLive, and I do this broadcast as well. BeLive is 8 people on screen. It's play YouTube video, share images. You've seen share text. You've seen a YouTube video playing in my studio. Okay, so this is all using be.live, and I'm totally biased. I'm hoping, if David's still here, I'm hoping to talk David into doing we're going to do later this month, we're going to do a comparison. We're going to do 5 days, Monday through Friday, and we're going to have BeLive on Monday, StreamYard on Tuesday, Wednesday is Wave, Thursday is Melon, and Friday is Restream. And we're going to be broadcasting on the 5 systems so that you can do a comparison between broadcasting on different systems. Also be including OBS, vMix, XSplit Broadcaster. So those are the main systems we all use to broadcast. Any of those can broadcast out to Amazon Live because of the technology we're using. So stay tuned for updates in regard. But you are watching, I'll take that logo off for a moment. You are watching me in BeLive broadcasting to Amazon Live in 720p, which is DVD quality. So let's go back over here and let's go. I'm going to show you some software in a moment to actually control the Logitech C920x and the Logitech Brio. Okay, but let's get off to start. And you're watching a Logitech Brio 4K webcam. 4K is the best, well, it's superb quality. Ultra 4K video. We'll find a link to my video. It's got a noise cancelling microphone. You know, we talked about the omnidirectional microphones in the 920. This has got noise cancelling software. Now, what noise cancelling software does is if I tap the desk, which I did then, you won't be able to hear it. If you heard it, then just let me know because it should work. Okay, but the noise cancelling software, if I was to drop something on the floor now, you shouldn't be able to hear it. The only thing you can hear is my voice. Yeah. Look, hang on. First, right, noise cancelling microphone. You can't hear anything that's going on around you. And I'll tell you a true story about noise cancellation in this broadcast. Now, we said earlier that if you switch your lighting off, yeah, the camera will try to auto correct, and it's doing high definition auto light correction so you can still see me. But I much prefer broadcasting with my Logitech Litro light on. Yeah, it makes a whole deal of difference. It's got a wide field of view. It is 90 degrees. So whereas the C920 was 920, sorry, was 78 degrees, this is 90 degrees. Yeah. Okay, so you can see more, and I'll demonstrate that in a minute. Okay. Also, with the camera, is 4 times the resolution of a typical camera, as we said. And in addition to that, it's got auto light adjustment, which is called Logitech Right Light. And it's got 3 fields of view, 90, 70, and 65. Okay. Now, if you buy any Logitech camera, you can download some software to actually control that camera. And the software is called Logitech Capture. Now, you go to logitech.com, you search for Logitech Capture, download it, install it, it will see your camera straight away, and it will then control your camera. This is the software that I'm going to show you now. So I'm going to take that off screen, and hopefully, if I go for screen share, just a minute, this may or may not work. Just give me a second. How about that? I actually got I got the software first time. Normally it takes a while. Okay, so let's bring it up on screen. This is the software. This is a relative. This is Logitech Capture's little brother. And basically the reason that I'm using this is that this piece of software is, just a minute, I need to hide a few things. We've seen that. Okay, and wait a minute. I've broken it. I thought I'd broken it for a moment then. Let's go picture in picture. Okay, this is the software that if you've got any Logitech camera, you can download this software and use it. And I'm going to show you how to use it now. So let's just make one change. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change theme. Okay, so you can see it a bit more clearly. Okay, and I'm going to go side by side. So here is me, and I've got Logitech Brio camera, and on the right is the software. And I'm going to put it side by side. Okay, now, the first thing you can do, these are physical controls that you can control from the software. And I do apologize for this. You can zoom in. Okay, you can zoom in, you can zoom in. And then when you decide that's not the right thing to do, I'm only going to do this once, you zoom out again. Now, I want to make a point here. We mentioned Zoom earlier. The number of people who I've seen on Zoom calls with their head cut off at the top, it's just distracting. It puts people off. You should never be on camera with the top of your head missing. What you should have every time you broadcast, whether it's on a Zoom call or on the internet, you should have headroom up above. Yeah, you need that. We expect it when we're looking at somebody on camera. We expect to see a space above their head. We expect to see headroom. Yeah, it's a given. We expect that if somebody's on camera, they're looking at the camera, and I try to most of the time, that they're positioned in the center of the screen and you can see the top of their head. It's not a good look if you just need to be composed about how you are on camera. It's very important, is the presentation. And if you use those 3 pointers, middle of the screen, headroom at the top, looking at the camera, you will stand out in a crowd because most people don't do those 3 together. Yeah. So let's go and side by side again. So I can zoom in and zoom out. The other thing I can do, using the same software, you can see it now, is in addition to zoom, hang on, I pressed the wrong button. In addition to zooming in and out, yeah, I can go up and down. Okay, I can go up too far, my head's gone. Come back. So you can tilt. Yeah. You can go to the right. Hopefully this will work. or you can go to the left. Okay, and if I go side by side, you'll see what I'm doing now. I'm actually, yeah, I've gone too far. Okay, you can see a chess set, and you can see more. You can see things other than my green screen. So I'm quickly going to come back. Okay, so those are the physical controls. Now, what you can also do is change the field of view. We talked a few minutes ago about the fields of view: 65 degrees, 78 degrees, and 90 degrees. Now, how you look on camera is totally up to you. If you go for a 90-degree view, then you can see me, but you can see the sides of my office. If I go and shrink myself, yeah, you can see even more. Now, when we first start broadcasting, we all look like this, and then as you gain in confidence, you want to be closer to the camera. And whilst you can see my library, my chess set, they're distractions for what I'm demonstrating. So that's why my personal settings are to zoom in a bit more, yeah, and to be on 78 degrees. Now at 78 degrees, the only thing you can see is my green screen, yeah. You can't see everything that's around it. Now this all comes with practice, yeah. Going from being set back to being front of screen is practice, pure and simple. The more you broadcast, the more confident you get, the easier it is to actually sit in front of camera and look at the camera. I'll take myself off full screen again, and in addition to that, as far as movements are concerned, we can go widescreen, that won't work, or we could go standard screen. Okay, now if I go to here, I can demonstrate that from here. If I go to the advanced tab, yeah, these are the settings. First of all, I can go brighter. Okay, and I'm controlling the brightness, and I've gone too bright, or equally well, I could go too dark. So you can't see me now. No camera in the world is going to allow you to see me. If I put the brightness back to 50% or about 50%, 49, 50. 50 is the default for everything. So if you make a mess of doing this, you don't need to worry, because you can just go back to 50% and it will work. I can control the color intensity. Okay, I can go, that's not good, is it? I mean, that's a horrible look. And I can take all the color out. Now, there might be occasions when you want to do that to stand out. Yeah, otherwise the color intensity goes back to, and I'm just concentrating here because I want to get it pretty close. The intensity goes back to 50%. Okay, then the contrast, we can change the contrast, and we can take the contrast up, we can take the contrast down, but neither of those are good for live broadcasting, so we bring it back to about 50%. And then auto white balance. If you've got low light, then auto white balance can actually help you. I'm going to switch it off, okay, and switch it back on again. You won't see any major difference this time of day, but that basically is the settings. Okay, so I'm going to leave the white balance off, okay, and come to me. I probably made a whole, we say in the UK, I made a horlicks of this. This is probably not how I started out, but I'm going to carry on anyway. Okay, so if you make a total mess of things, then you can see a restore defaults button there. Press that, everything just goes back to normal. Okay, but I think I've got everything back to normal. Auto focus, we don't use anymore. That's redundant. That we don't need it. You can just ignore it. So just to recap, this software is Logitech Capture. Go to logitech.com, search for Logitech Capture, download the software. It will recognize your camera straight away, and then you can control all your Logitech cameras from this central simple piece of software. And that's it. I mean, basically, Logitech Capture. The reason, I'm going to stop screen sharing now. The reason for doing all this is simple and straightforward. What you want to do is you want to give a good presentation on camera, wherever you're broadcasting to, and you want to be comfortable on camera. And you can be comfortable on camera if you set up your camera correctly using Logitech Capture software, and you set up your lighting properly using Logitech Litra Light. Those basically, that's it. Get comfortable on camera. And I want to say, thank you for watching live on Amazon Live. And I'm going to come off full screen. I'm going to switch my camera on. Okay. And now you can see that I have two cameras. I'm going to shrink myself. Okay. And apply. Okay. So I'm now down here. I will need to do one more thing. Okay. I was watching a video earlier today on Amazon Live, and I noticed that when I went to the second camera, you couldn't actually see anything. So I want to make sure this afternoon you can actually see my arm moving. Okay, let's recap. You need a tripod. Okay, Logitech C920x camera is a great gift for somebody or for yourself. Okay. The Logitech Litra Light, first light from Logitech, released in January 2022. You just need to plug it in and lift out the shelf, and you can put it on top of your monitor. So my second light is going up on top of my monitor. Okay, this is the joy of having two cameras. You can actually see me do it. Okay, so going through what's on the desktop, which you'll find down in the carousel, I'm just going to go through a couple of things that I just want to point out before we move on to the gimbal. Okay. Now you can see, just a minute, just a second. I'm actually using two cameras. Okay, the one you're watching now is the Upperspot Tiny. Okay, this camera is, wait a minute. This camera is the Oswalt Tiny. We're going to be looking at the Oswalt Tiny shortly, but for the moment, what I want to look at is down on my desktop, and I'm going to switch this to go to my desktop. Okay, and I'm going to take it off full screen. Basically, I'm going to just go full screen for a moment. The unit down in the carousel at the moment is the Anker 4-way USB. I wanted to have two cameras. I wanted to have two microphones. I've got a Microsoft Surface Book 2, which is a wonderful machine, but it doesn't have enough USB ports. So I got this Anker extension, and it's the best $17.99 I've spent this year. This is my purchase of 2022. You basically unhook your camera from your PC or Mac, plug this in, and you then got 4 USB air ports. And I've got two cameras, a microphone, and Logitech Litra Light plugged into this. Yeah, so that's my buy of 2022. We should all have them in our kit bag. Okay. The next thing is Logitech Litra. Sorry, the next thing is the background removal software we saw earlier. And basically, I just need to make an adjustment. Okay, just a second. Okay. The software that we saw earlier, the XSplit VCam, needs a green screen. Okay. And this is the Logitech green screen that's down in the carousel. And it's reversible. It's green on this side, it's blue on the other side. Okay. And you can choose whether you want blue or green. Yeah. Doesn't matter. As far as background removal software is concerned, you want a plain color. Green or blue work best. The Logitech is scrunchable. In other words, you can scrunch it, you can put it in its bag, and it's portable. Yeah, so you can take this green screen anywhere. software. If you want to stand, to actually, mine's up against the wall. If you want to stand, there is a Logitech stand as well. All these software houses who do the background removal software will tell you that you can use their software without a green screen. What they don't say is you can use our software without a green screen and it will be okay. If you have a green screen, you can say the background removal software will be near perfect. Green screens make all the difference between having a quality background and people being able to tell the well, first of all, if you don't have a green screen, you may get a line around your head. Yeah, you can tell when people are using green screen for using background software in their green screen because it's got a line that goes all the way up there. The other thing is that their hair blows in a non-existent breeze. Yeah, and the other thing is that on some green screen software, some software, background removal software, if you don't have 10 fingers, yeah, with the webbing, so you do need a green screen. This is one of my sort of getting your soapbox. You need a green screen to use background removal software. Okay, so that's it. I've said it now. And that's why you need it. And the Logitech is the one that I actually recommend. Okay, now we're going to take a slight sidetrack at the moment. And Alexa, what time is it? Okay, where I am, because I'm in the UK, it's 5:11. Where you are, it's 12:11. That's the thing about time differences, though. Yeah. Okay, so next on is something that I've fallen in love with. Basically, I'm a desktop kind of guy. I've told you that I've been broadcasting for 6 years since Facebook Live started and before that. And I love being on a desktop, and I'm on a Windows PC. I'm on the Microsoft Surface Book 2, it's down in the carousel. And I'm using Logitech Brio camera. I've got an Elgato microphone. I'm at home. I've got everything I need to broadcast live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, and Amazon Live. Yeah. And I follow a process of continual never-ending improvement. So I upgrade my camera, I upgrade my microphone, I upgrade my camera. Yeah. Okay. That's the way I work it. But last March, I decided that I was going to do some mobile broadcasting using my camera. Yeah. Right. Mobile phone, iPhone or Samsung, any Android phone. There are two problems with broadcasting from here. First of all, it's a totally different experience going on mobile because I've got to leave everything behind, all my familiar surroundings go, and all I've got is this. The first thing is that if you are using your camera to record video, then the first thing is a problem which is only natural. You spent hundreds of dollars on your mobile phone, and the last thing you want to do is to actually drop your phone. This is precious. This has got in my case, it's my life on it. Okay, my digital life is on my mobile phone, so I don't want to drop it. So, but because I don't want to drop it, it means that I'm concentrating on the phone and holding it ever so tight and tighter and tighter. I don't want to drop the phone, which means I'm missing the best shots when I'm doing live video. Yeah. The second thing is that when you do mobile video, like it or not, as you're walking along, your mobile phone is going to go up and down. There's nothing you can do about it. It's the pavement you're walking on, it's the turf you're walking on. Yeah, the phone's going to go up and down. Now, if you're making videos for your own personal use, you can make do with holding it and moving up and down. If you're making videos to go on YouTube, then you need to do something. Okay, and to get rid of those two problems, you just need one piece of kit, and it will actually change the way that you do video from your mobile phone. And that piece of kit is this. And it's down in the carousel at the moment. It's $99. And this piece of kit, I'm going to show you. Well, I'm going to do three things. One, I'm going to tell you all about it. Two, I'll tell you the pitfalls. And three, I'm going to show you an example of video shot using a gimbal and the difference you'll see between using a gimbal and just using your phone. Now, if I go to my second camera, okay, which is down here, there's the gimbal, yeah? And basically, gimbal is a clamp which is there. The clamp will extend to take larger phones. That's the first thing. Your phone, you take the case off your phone and you put it into the clamp. Step one, okay, with the lens at the top and the controls at the bottom. So it goes into the stand. It's then held solidly, firmly by the gimbal, which overcomes the first problem that we're talking about, which is that you don't want to drop your phone. It's very difficult to forget that you're actually holding a gimbal. Yeah. Now, second thing is you've got your phone in the gimbal. Yeah, all good. And you want to switch it on. Now, all the controls at the front. At the front of the gimbal, you can zoom in, zoom out. You can pan left and right. You can tilt. Yeah, you can do a PTZ, pan, tilt, and zoom from the controls on there, or you can download the software to go on your phone. Although how you download the software to use on your phone, I don't know, because you're actually using the phone to actually shoot video. I never understood that. Okay. The only thing you need to do to actually get the gimbal working is to press the on-off button, which is the red button bottom right. Now, just to note, this is tip number one, and by far the most important tip. Do not switch the gimbal on whilst you're holding it. Put the gimbal on a surface. Now, this is actually on a desking. If you put it onto a desking or a bench or a rock, in other words, anything that is actually flat, and then switch your unit on. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Don't do it any other way, because otherwise the gimbal, first thing it does when you switch it on is it calibrates itself, and it can't calibrate itself properly unless it's on a firm surface. Yeah, so do have the gimbal on a firm surface. Back to me and back to the gimbal. Okay, now this is very lightweight. All the controls are on the front and readily accessible. Switching on off, simple and straightforward. So you switch the gimbal on, so your phone is held like that, and then you can go and shoot. But you've got software. You need software on your phone. You can either just press the record button on your phone and just go that way. But when I'm using the gimbal, I love to actually go live. And I've got a video on YouTube explaining how to do it. But you can go live from your mobile phone. You can go live, and I go live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, and my website from my phone when I'm visiting country parks, national monuments, or country houses. Yeah, I go live, and I've been live at Stonehenge. I've been live at Avebury. I've been live Ports Garden, a whole range of different places around where I live, using the gimbal, and the videos have gone up on YouTube and people watch them. And people watch my videos on YouTube because I'm using a gimbal. I'm not trying to do it with my phone. There's no movement. I'm not afraid of dropping. Now, I could wax lyrical about this way this changes do you do mobile video. But instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a video shot with this very gimbal. Now, I just need to set up a minute, so give me a second. We've not done so bad so far, and I'm just coming down. Okay, so this video was created using the Stone ICD gimbal. We're ready there. So now we just need a video, and I just need to select a video. Where would you like to go today? Okay, let's go to Portsmouth. So I'm going to bring this on screen. Okay, and I'm going to take myself off full screen. Okay, and I'm going to hide my second camera. Okay, you're now about to watch a video of shot with the home gimbal of Portsmouth Royal Navy dockyards in the south of England on the coast. Angelica and I visited there last year. This is the video I recorded of our visit. This video was recorded using the HOEM iSteady gimbal that's down the carousel. I'm going to switch my microphone off and hide, and let's watch the video for a couple of minutes and then I'll be back. Okay, so video full screen. No! Video full screen, and then switch my microphone off and press. Is the first ironclad ship built in Great Britain, and it's steam powered, not sail powered, and we're just going to walk alongside to give you an idea of the size of this. Over there is a tower, 385 feet I think. You can actually go up in a lift to the top, but we're concentrating on the shipping today as we're at the dockyards. Welcome to HMS Warrior, Her Majesty's ship Warrior, or His Majesty's ship as it was when it was commissioned. And this is just an amazing place. As I pan round, we're actually, the estuary is over there, and we have all the buildings on the right. As usual, I'm broadcasting on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and my website, live from Portsmouth in England, as Angelica and I do our tour of Hampshire. Okay, so I'm trying to avoid people. And hello.
Are you going on board?
No, we're not.
No,
Okay. I think you're not allowed to photograph on board, hence his question, which is a fair one. Today we're just taking a walk around the dockyards as opposed to touring the facilities. It's wonderful because you can actually get onto the dockyards for free, which is what we've done today, and you can walk around and you can film and nobody's going to stop you. So I'm going to go as far as here and then turn around and watch Angelica coming towards us, and we'll turn around and head back because we don't know what's going to come next. We've just done this part, so Angelica's going to follow me as I turn around. Hey, come here! Right. Right, what I'm going to do now is, we were obviously blown away. Well, I'm going to show you. So let's zoom forward on this YouTube video until we get to here. I'm going to switch my microphone off and press play. Now you're going to see this exactly as we saw it on the day. And well, I'd love to hear your comments about it. Okay. But you can film the exterior, which is what I'm doing, as you know, at the moment. So just a reminder, we're at Portsmouth Naval Dockyards. We're conducting our own walking tour, and we're delighted that you could join us. That is just, you can go on board any of these, but for today we've just decided that we're going to return to Portsmouth and spend a full day here, because we've only got sort of half a day. There are 11 different attractions and we can't possibly do them all in one day, but this is just stunning. I'm sure Angelica's somewhere near as we walk up. British flag proudly flying as we walk to the stern. I'm trying to get this right, just give me a second. Right, I can hide that now. Okay, now the joy of doing that, I cannot express, because you got to remember I was actually live broadcasting that on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. And the comments are coming in, and people are actually seeing things live for the first time, all from my mobile phone. And because of this home gimbal, which is down the carousel. And that is basically, well, the thing that you noticed, hopefully, is that I was doing a voiceover on the video, and you could hear me clearly. Despite everything that's going on around me, you could hear me clearly. And because you can hear me clearly, you actually listen to what I'm saying, and I'm telling stories. I mean, I do research before we go and do these. I do a bit of research, so I know what I'm talking about. But what I'm talking about would not be part of the video unless the microphones on mobile phones are pretty good these days, and you can make them single direction, but they do not compare to the item that's down in the carousel at the moment, which is the PowerDewise professional grade lapel microphone. Today, this microphone is 34% off. It's $39.39. Easy to remember, $39.39. If you click the link in the carousel, then you'll get $39.39. This is it. This is the difference between an amateur video and a semi-professional professional video that people go and watch on YouTube. It's a lapel microphone, and this is the best that I found. I've used several over the years, but this is the best. This is what you've just been listening to, yeah, on that video, was this microphone. Now, little story I'll come with in a moment, but that's the case that it actually comes in, and there's the microphone itself in its own carrying case from PowerDewise. And on the back of this, it says, and I quote, "Words can change lives, record them perfectly." Yeah, that's what this does. This is the difference between amateur and semi-pro. This is the game changer, to have a lapel microphone. Let's just take it. This is not an unboxing, this is an unpackaging. Basically, that just goes in my rucksack together with the gimbal in its case, and I'm ready to film anywhere then, because I've always got my mobile phone. There are two parts to it, and I'm just trying to untangle the wire. First of all is the microphone with the cover. Okay, now the microphone attaches using a crocodile clip. It's simply, this is so easy to do. You simply take the crocodile clip, he said, this is so easy to do, and you clip it to your clothing, like so. That's the first thing you do. The second thing is you take the other end of the audio cable and you plug it into your phone. That's it, plugged into the phone, and you've got the length of the cable in between. Now there's about 3 meters of cable. Sorry, not 3 meters, about 2 meters of cable there inside. This plugging this in automatically cuts out the microphone that's actually in your mobile phone. You don't need to do anything else. You just need to plug it in. That's it. Then when you go out and you've got the phone, you've got the phone in the gimbal, you've got the microphone, you've got the full kit. Yeah, that's all you need to do reasonably high quality video, is to have this microphone as part of your kit. Yeah, and it is PowerDewise microphone at a memorable $39.39. And the lapel microphone is the difference between good sound and quality sound. This is the difference. And I use this lapel microphone on all my broadcasts when I'm using the phone. Now, a little thing that you should know is that in addition to doing the Amazon Live, I am a Udemy instructor, and Udemy is quite probably the most well-known online course system globally. And if you want to learn anything, you can go to Udemy, you can type in, tell me all about Adobe Photoshop, it will. Okay, you can get courses on anything, and I've done lots of courses on Amazon and about everything to do with live broadcasting, and they're all on Udemy. And I had a thing, you see, I had to record video because the courses are made up of individual videos hooked together by text. But the videos are important. The quality of the videos is important. Udemy are sticklers for quality, because if you're buying a course on Udemy and you're paying $50 for it, then you want to be able to see the person, you want to be able to hear them. You want to be able to hear them. The second use I have for a lapel microphone is that this microphone you can plug into your PC and Mac, and it will give you high quality sound. Udemy said you've got two choices. When you're recording courses for us, you can either soundproof your office or you can get a lapel microphone. A lapel microphone at $39.39 was the best option. So this is the ideal microphone for actually using for mobile, but you can also use it on Zoom or on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. It was acceptable. Yeah, it's a great microphone, and it's basically well constructed. It's got a good pickup, and if you're wearing this microphone, the first sound that's picked up by the recording on your mobile phone is from your lapel, no matter who's around you. Yeah, your body is acting as a sound absorber, and your voice will be heard above everything. When you go out and you shoot on your mobile phone, I've run out of hands now, on your mobile phone using a gimbal, do consider using a lapel microphone. Yeah. Okay, so that's it. You've actually seen what the gimbal can do now. You can see why I use a gimbal, why I enjoy using it, the difference it makes in the quality of the video, and why I can go and I can visit Stonehenge. Just a minute. I can visit Stonehenge, is near to where I live, and I can walk around Stonehenge and I can record a video using my mobile phone and the PowerDewise lapel microphone, and people go to YouTube and they watch my Stonehenge video, and that pleases me. And the basic thing, the reason for doing this mobile video, I hope you have Stonehenge on your bucket list of places to visit when you come to England. It is worth it. It's a spiritual place. It's a special place. But if you record your visit, you keep that memory with you. Especially on a rainy day, you can get out your back catalogue of videos and you can watch them and remember the day when the sun shone, especially in the UK. Okay, so that's mobile video. And I'm just going to take this opportunity to hide that and switch that back on. Okay, so let's recap. We've got the HoMI Steady gimbal down in the carousel, and I'm just going to put that back into its carrying case. Okay, and that's the home gimbal. We have the PowerDewise microphone, the lapel microphone. I'm just going to put the back into its carry case. Okay, so we've got that back in its carry case, which is good. Okay, so I'm going to zip that up. Okay, now I'm going to put it back in place as well. Have you seen that? You've not seen that, have you? Okay, this is where I live, close to Stonehenge. I'm going to change tack. Let me come back to my iPad, and thank you for watching me live on Amazon Live. I do appreciate you spending time. So we've done the gimbal, and then the microphone is down the carousel now, and that's the PowerDewise microphone. Just I missed a beat there. I forgot to put the PowerDewise on. I've talked about the PowerDewise. I made a mistake. The thing about live broadcasting is no matter how many times you've done it, occasionally you're going to make a mistake. And my mistake there, okay, just let me recap for a moment. Okay, I need to do this. Okay. The power device microphone, we've just seen a short video of the microphone. Okay, that's that way up. Okay. And basically what I'm going to do, because you've been so patient, is I'm going to, if I can find what I'm looking for, just a minute. We're actually going to, because you're here now, I'm going to bring this video up. Okay. This is the power device microphone. I use it with my home gimbal, which is down the carousel. But the reason I use the power device is for the quality, the simple quality of sound. And what we're going to do now is I'm going to play a clip from a video made with the home gimbal and the microphone. So it's a second video. This is a bonus. This is a bonus video. I'm going to bring the video up full screen. As you can see in this video, we're actually visiting Stonehenge. So this is Stonehenge. The video was created using the home iSteady gimbal and the microphone, the lapel microphone. This is how I did it. So let's go and visit Stonehenge for a moment. Not really clear sky, and I'm just going to walk around the henge and give you a tour. Well, let's go. Right, there aren't too many people here. Basically, it's to wish you a Merry Christmas and a happy, healthy and prosperous New Year from Angelica and myself, and for everybody visiting Stonehenge today. Boxing Day 2021. Okay, I think we're in the clear now, hopefully. Right, so as usual, broadcasting on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter and my website. And that's just a beautiful sight, especially as it's a beautiful day, as I pan around to give you some idea of the countryside around the henge. Now the henge is not on its own. There are burial mounds all around, and behind me is my wonderful partner, Angelica, who is looking the other way. Hello! Right, so I'm freezing that with Angelica there. And what I'm going to do is turn off, and I'm going to hide my desktop. I'm going to fast forward, if I can. Should be to fast forward on this video until we get a little bit closer to Stonehenge, and then you can see more of Stonehenge. So there we are, and I'm going to press play again and switch my microphone off, but I'm still here. If you've got any questions about anything that I'm showing you today, then please do ask. Okay, this is your opportunity to get free information, free advice from somebody who's actually using the home gimbal, who's using the microphone, that's the lapel microphone that's down in the carousel. The voice you're actually hearing is mine, and I'm going to switch it off now and press play. Well, this is a great con.
Corin, watch out where you're going, dear.
Right, okay. Hopefully. Right. Okay, so this is the end of our journey. This is as close as you can get to the stones, as I say, apart from the 2 days a year. And you can see how this was constructed 4,500 years ago. They're still trying to work out how they got the lintel. I mean, it's a feat of engineering, because we're talking 4,500 years ago. The stones came from Wales and from Marlborough. Had to be brought here, not by cart, they were actually rolled here. So quite a considerable feat. Now, beyond You can still hear me. Yeah. Okay. So we've got the Oswald Tiny. Hopefully I will stay on air. Hopefully. I forgot to unmute myself then. So if you couldn't hear me for a moment or two, my sincere apologies. Hopefully that's okay with Amazon. I might disappear. If I disappear, I just want to say thank you for watching me live on Amazon Live. I'm back again tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern. Different things to talk about. And I do so enjoy your company. Thank you for taking time out of your day. That's just in case something goes wrong. Okay, let's carry on anyway. And go to the camera, which is the Oswald Tiny. Now, the thing about the Oswald Tiny, which is the camera that you're looking at now, is this. Okay, it's on my desk. It's on my monitor, BenQ monitor down in the carousel. And first of all, it's 90-degree field of vision. But because it's on a gimbal, it can actually do a lot more, as I'm going to demonstrate now. So this is the software that you can download, and I'll show you it in a minute. But if I take myself off screen, yeah, so you can still hear me, and I go here, then each moment that the camera is looking at the desktop. Now I'm going to move the camera so that you're looking at me. So now I'm on the Oswald Tiny camera. Okay, I've got the Logitech Ultralight, I've got the Oswald Tiny camera, and it's 720p and 1080p. But it also has presets. So I can go to my desktop at 100% and I could actually zoom in, okay, or zoom out. I can go to me. So this is me. And I can go to my third preset location, which is the wall and a picture of Avebury Stone Circle. Yeah. And an Under Armour rucksack. Okay, so let's go back to me. Okay. Now the thing about the OBSBot that I love is the fact that I can do this. And yes, it's working. Okay, so come back to me. Just a few facts about the OBSBot Tiny, then I'll show you some OBSBot Tiny facilities which you will not find in other cameras. Okay, so let's take my name off. Okay, yep. Take the name off. All right, so this is the OBSBot Tiny camera, and it's the OBSBot Tiny PTZ. So pan, tilt, and zoom. Pan, tilt, and zoom. Okay. It is, as we'll see, an AI-powered framing and gesture controller. Two gestures: start tracking, stop tracking, zoom in, zoom out. Okay, that's all you need to know. It's a full 1080p camera. Okay, so it's high definition, better quality than DVD. It's got dual omnidirectional microphones, so it can hear everything that's going on around you. It's got a 90-degree wide angle. Okay, just like the Brio, it's got 90 degrees, but it's on a gimbal, so those 90 degrees are movable. It's got low light correction. If I switch my light off, as I've been doing throughout this broadcast, I go darker, the camera will try to auto correct, which it is, and then I can switch back on. Okay, the next thing is it's an AI powered. Okay, now what do we mean by this? Okay, privacy controls. You can turn the camera into sleep mode. In fact, it has sleep mode. You can say, if I don't use the camera for 10 minutes, go to sleep, and it switches itself off until you bring it back. It's got 3 preset positions, which we've looked at, but in addition to that, it's got the headroom mode. We talked about headroom earlier in the broadcast, about the importance of appearing so that you've got space above your head. Yeah, that's very important. And in addition to that, this is a new feature. If I compare the videos that I did 2 months ago to the videos now, they regularly, HubSpot regularly update the software for both your desktop and for the firmware for the camera itself. And face auto exposure has meant that this is a lot better picture than it was a couple of months ago. They're always doing things to improve the quality of the broadcast. Right. Okay, let me just click a button, take that off. This is the reason that I love the HubSpot Tiny. Okay. The reason I love the HubSpot Tiny, I'm just going to move my Elgato microphone, is that the HubSpot Tiny tracks you. Okay, and it follows you as you go, as I'm doing, about to lose a slipper there. It tracks you around the room. So not only can you be sat down with the HubSpot Tiny, you can actually stand up, which is, for a presenter, I mean, to actually present stood up is a totally different experience than sitting down. And if you imagine that if you're doing a presentation to somebody, you can actually stand up in front of the whiteboard and you can actually demonstrate and you can record it. In fact, if you turn the HubSpot Tiny upside down, you can actually record a professor doing a tutorial or a teacher in front of a class. Yeah. And as you move, the camera moves, and the camera actually compensates and maintains the headroom that you actually need. Now, one of the things that I can do stood up is I can give you a presentation of products that are down in the carousel. And one of the products down in the carousel, thank you, Smith. Let's go to the iPad and oh, wow. Now, this, and say thank you to Sam. If I mispronounce your name, I do apologize. Thank you for following. One of the things you can do is stood up is you can actually present. I can just present this now. If I go to my iPad and I just zoom along, I'll come back to the HubSpot in a minute. We're actually using it, so I'm giving you a demonstration of what the HubSpot can do. Down in the carousel now, you'll see these headphones. Yeah, I'm just trying to steady my my iPad. Thank you for watching. If you're watching me live on Amazon Live, thank you. This is Stephen, live from Wiltshire in England, talking about several things at the same time. I'm actually multitasking. Okay, these are AfterShokz headphones, and the beauty of AfterShokz headphones is they go over your ear. They do not go in your ear canal. The sound is conducted, it's bone conducting technology. So the sound, it goes through your skull and you hear it. Is it hi-fi? No. Is it good? Yes. You can play your favorite podcasts. You can play Amazon Music through these headphones with no problems at all. Yeah, good quality sound. The thing is that these were designed for being active. Now, I have a medal. Okay, I'll be back in a second. I have a medal for walking marathons. Yeah, I wouldn't run a marathon, but I actually walk marathons. And using these headphones, absolutely brilliant, because I can listen. They've got an 8-hour charge on them, and I can sort of finish marathon just sort of around about that mark. Walking marathon, not running. And I just love them. I forget I'm wearing them. They're so lightweight. They are the best headphones that I've ever had the opportunity to use. They're waterproof. Okay, you can make and take phone calls. If you're making a phone call, you've got a voice assistant. Yeah, but the beauty of these is that because you go over your ear and they're bone conducting, then basically you can still hear. So you can talk to the person next to you. You can hear the traffic around you. These are helpful for safety. You can hear the cyclist coming up behind you silently. Yeah, these are great headphones. So medal down and take these headphones off. Okay, so there's the AfterShokz, and I use them on all my walks. I'm very fortunate in that I can go training on my local canal. That, just a minute, I'm going to come back round. So the HubSpot Tiny is tracking me as I move around the office and come back over here. And I just want to do this for a second. It's tracking me, and I'm going to go to the desktop. Okay, so I've sent the camera to the desktop, and I'm here now. I just need to take up my position again and go back to the iPad. Okay, and I'm going to come to the comment that's actually come in, and thank you for the comment. They were talking about the HubSpot Tiny camera, which is you're watching now, and I want to say hello to Rome. Okay, and Rome's a very good friend. Rome is a fellow broadcaster. Hang on. Let's come to me. Okay, back to me. Rome is a fellow broadcaster on Amazon Live. He and I are becoming firm friends. Rome, if you want to put a link into your Amazon Live page, please do. And just a point, let's go here for a moment. Just a point. Okay. Rome and I are independent broadcasters on Amazon Live, and we're here to help you. We're independent. The things we show you in the carousel are things we have knowledge of. You can ask us questions. You can say where you're from. You can hold a conversation. You can network on Amazon Live. If you make a comment now, then as soon as I finish this live broadcast, it will disappear. If you follow me, and I'm eternally grateful for everybody who follows me, and I want to say while I'm sat down, a thank you to Sue. Oh, Sue, I'm sorry. Sue, if you're still watching, forgive me. I want to say thank you. It's just I was stood up. Okay, to Sue Bertolini, thank you for the follow. And you want to see my Rome saying he wants to see my chest set up. I'll do that for the next broadcast, Rome. I'll do that. I actually I did on Twitch, because you can do anything on Twitch. I got together with a chess tutor, yeah, and we did a series of live broadcasts on Twitch with the chessboard, yeah, and we played a game of chess. And when I play a game of chess, I just play for the game. He actually won all the games, but I will show you. I will promise I'll bring you virtual chess on Amazon Live. I mean, I've got the chess set over there, and it's a beautiful. It is a beautiful chess set, yeah, and the way that these are actually made and cast. Yeah, I mean, I love playing chess. I don't win very much, but I do love playing chess. The way that these are actually cast, they are such quality pieces. And back in the day, when I got these are from Cyprus and were made in Cyprus. And we flew back to London, and I flew with all 32 pieces and the board all the way from Cyprus to London. You couldn't do that now. The luggage allowance wouldn't allow these fellas on the plane. You'd have to send them freight. But that's basically one of the chess pieces. And thank you for the point, Rome. And back to Rome again. And Rome, thank you for the comments. And Rome is going to watch and saying that's amazing. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so live chess. We'll have a live chess game. Okay. Just as a note, we do like doing things which are different. And next Monday, Nick Wood and I will be doing a live movie quiz. If you're into movie quizzes, if you've got a knowledge of movies, then do join us next Monday for a movie quiz. And then later, join us for a chess game as well. Okay, I might challenge Rome. You never know. Okay. So we're talking about my second camera, which is the HubSpot Tiny camera, which I'm on now. And the fact, I mean, Rome's got an HubSpot as well. And if you want to know more about, you want to know about the remote control, which you've got through HubSpot, then go and watch Rome's broadcasts. Yeah. And go and watch Rome if you've got any techie questions. I can handle, there's sort of a level of tech I can handle sort of here, and Rome can handle up here. Yeah. So if you've got any techie questions, do join Rome's broadcast and ask questions. Okay, so back to, oh, wait a minute. Sorry about this. Don't want anybody getting seasick. Let's just go back to the software. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the software in. This is the software. Once you've got the Oswald Tiny camera, yeah, then you can get the software. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the software full screen. So you go to the OBSWAT site and you download this software. And this is the OBSWAT Tiny software. And we're going to use it so I can show you what it does. Okay, so I'm going to come over here. I'm going to come off full screen. You don't need two of me, so I'm going to hide that camera. Okay, and I'm going to go picture in picture. Oh, and I'll go side by side. So this is the OBSWAT camera, and you notice it's just in the headroom automatically. And this software can control. So I can go using the software. I can click desktop, and this camera will go to the desktop. I can click Stephen, and it will go to me. Yeah, I can click the third location. I haven't decided what to do with this then yet. It's Avery, a picture of Avery, and I'm going to come back to me. Okay, so you've got the three presets. I've also shown you you can stand up, okay, and it will follow you, and it will. I'm just going to stop it. Right, I've stopped it. It shouldn't move now. Okay, I'm just going to move myself though. Okay, so it's all right. I'm used to being on the left-hand side. Well, my left, your right. No, never mind. Software can control, and as I mentioned a moment ago, if I go over to the wall, just give me a second on this. I'm going to go over to the wall, and you can see that I can use the trackball to actually move up and down and left and right until I get it where I want, and then I can right click and update. So that is now set to that location. Come back to me. So you can change the presets at any time and update them. They're not set in stone. And I just love the camera. I love the OBSWAT Tiny camera for its versatility. And as I say, it is today just OBSWAT Tiny is 10% off, 179.90. It is a brilliant. It's the most fun that I've had with a camera, because you can do so many things with it. Okay, and you can show the chess set. Let's see if we can get any closer to the chess set. Let's just set ourselves the challenge. If I go here, okay, and I go here, no, not there, here, okay, and I can't zoom in anymore. Okay, oh wait a minute. If I go to the desktop, and if I zoom in, okay, and then go left, we're having fun with this. So I'm going to go up a bit. So let's go up. Let's go left. No, let's go right. Okay, and there you have it. There, and I can zoom in a bit more. Okay, so you've got the chess set there. Yeah, and then back to me. You can have so much fun with your OBSWAT Tiny camera. It's just not true. And it's so flexible. It has a fast tracking mode. So if you were watching somebody doing a 100-yard sprint, you could put it on the start and it would track them right through to the finish. Ideal for sports days. There is, if you click the link in the carousel for the OBSWAT Tiny, you'll go to the OBSWATtiny.com OBSWAT Tiny page. You'll find a 4K camera there, which has got 4K, just like the Brio, and it's got 4x zoom. Right, okay, now I'm going to go back to my other camera, and you're actually watching now the Logitech Brio as we come full circle. I want to say a big thank you for actually watching me live today, for taking time out of your day. That you have been watching. I'm just going to go up here and go here. I've got a menu. I know it all sounds I don't actually script any of this. This is all off the cuff. This is Lights, Camera, Action with Stephen Healey. And you are watching Stephen live from Wiltshire, England. I'm one of 4 Englishmen on amazon.com/live. And I'm making hundreds of friends from the live broadcasters who are here. We're family. And I want to say thank you for watching. I'm broadcasting using BeLive. So let's just remember the BeLive logo. I'm broadcasting to you using BeLive. 8 people on screen. Agendas, YouTube videos, images. I work for BeLive. And we've talked about Logitech Capture. Do download Logitech Capture if you're using any Logitech camera. And in addition to that, thank you for watching me. So I just enjoy this so much. I enjoy being live on Amazon Live. I enjoy the fact that you spend part of your day with me. I'm here to answer your questions. Next time you watch me, say hello. Yeah, let's start a conversation. Let's get to know each other. I'm here to help. If you've watched it all today, thank you. Thank you to Rome. Thank you to David. Thank you to Sue. And thank you to everybody who's followed me today. Thank you to everybody for watching me live. I'm going to go and have something to drink now. It's been my pleasure. I'll see you all again live again tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye for now.